great man.
Really a great man.
Uncle Ern, you won't have me tomorrow.
No, I won't.
Uncle Ern, who's going to mend your socks?
Sister Addie?
Who's going to answer the telephone?
I'll manage it myself when I'm here and let it ring when I ain't. Now everything's settled, lass.
Who are you going to talk to when you've got something on your mind?
I'll just let it stay there.
You won't like that, Uncle Ern. You're a man who likes to express himself. Oh, Uncle Ern, why do I have to go?
It's better. You're very lucky. An untrained girl like you getting took on as a parlor maid in a nice house in the country.
If I don't like it, can I come back?
Not if you just don't like it.
Well, what if I hate it?
It's not your place to wait, Cluny Brown.
What if I don't get enough to eat?
They'll feed you.
What if they feed me scraps and starve me down to the bone till I look like a skeleton? Then can I come back, Uncle Ern?
That's all in your head, lass.
What if they knock me about?
They won't.
But what if they do?
Well, then send me a line. But be sure they do. Here.
Oh, Uncle Ern, it's so nice of you to give me this. It'll remind me of home. I'll think of you ever so often.
Now, you keep your mind on your work. Now, be a good lass and hurry up.
Uncle Ern.
Aye?
Do you know why girls leave home? Girls leave home because they're thrown out.
Everything all right, Herbert?
Yes, sir.
Good. By Jove, I've never seen Roddy behave so well on a journey. Thanks to you. As a rule, he's a jolly nuisance.
Oh, he's lovely.
Very good of you to take care of him.
Thank you for letting me. He's done me so much good. That's what I like about dogs. They make you feel so much better about yourself. Goodbye, Roddy. I'm awfully glad I met you.
By Jove, he doesn't want to leave you. Well, I don't blame him either.
I do wish I could see him again sometime.
Well, why not? Me too, for that matter. I'm not a bad old dog myself.
Oh, thank you. I'd like that. Do you hear that, Roddy? It isn't goodbye after all.
By the way, where are you going?
I'm going to Friars Carmel Manor.
By Jove, is that where you're going? Neighbors of mine. Henry and Alice are old friends. I don't see Henry's car about anywhere. Let me give you a lift, Miss...
Cluny Brown.
Oh, of course. Herbert, take Miss Brown's bag, will you?
Oh, I don't want to put you to any trouble.
Nonsense, it's a pleasure. I'm Colonel Duff Graham.
It's wonderful how a dog can bring people together, isn't it?
I do, yes. So it is. I never thought of that.
Wonder what it'd soothe old Puffy.
Well, you might tell him about the gardens. Flowers are so restful. Why, Andrew.
Hello, Mother. Father. I say I'm awfully sorry to burst in on you like this, but it's very important. That's why I came down myself instead of telephoning. You see, I've asked a guest.
Well, that's nothing to get excited about. Naturally, any friend of yours is welcome.
I know, Mother, but this is a special case. I wish I could bring him down myself, but I have to stay in London, so he's coming alone tomorrow night.
You mean you're sending the fella down here and you...
Oh, I know it's strange, Father, but I told you it's a special case. You see, he's in danger. He won't admit it, but he ought to get out of London at once.
Good heavens. What's the fella done?
Oh, what hasn't he done? He's fighting for a new and better world.
What for?
What for? Haven't you heard of the Nazis?
Oh, yes, German chaps. Always wanted to see one. Send him down by all means.
Father, he isn't a Nazi. He fights the Nazis. He's a Czech. The Nazis are after him. Oh, Father, you're sitting on a volcano. Battleships and tanks won't help you. Believe me, England won't be safe until we produce our own Belinskis.
What the devil are Belinskis?
What the devil are Belinskis? Oh, I give up. What are Belinskis?
Now, don't go all to pieces, Andrew. If England must produce Belinskis, why, we will produce Belinskis. Britain has never failed. Now, have your tea, dear.
Mother, Belinsky is the man's name. Professor Adam Belinsky.
Oh, I see. Of course, we'd be glad to make his weekend as pleasant as possible.
Mother, this isn't the matter of a pleasant weekend. It's a matter of life and death. I don't know how long he's going to stay. It may be a week, it may be a year, it may be permanently.
Permanently a total stranger? Isn't that stretching it a bit?
But, Father, he's given up everything. He hasn't any money.
You mean the beggar's broke?
Oh, you can't call a man broke just because he hasn't any money. Mother, I'm sure you understand. I'm depending on you to be very kind to him.
Of course, dear. Now, let's have tea.
I'm sorry I can't stay. I've got to get back to London immediately.
But you just got here.
I wouldn't rush off like this if it weren't most urgent. Thanks so much, darling.
Andrew, it isn't Betty Cream, is it?
Of course not. Now remember your promise, Mother. And I'll see you as soon as I possibly can. Goodbye. Goodbye, Father.
Goodbye.
I shouldn't be at all unhappy if it were Betty.
Nice girl, sits the horse well. Why doesn't he marry and have done with it?
Hi, said it. Colonel Duff Graham, my lady. Alice, my dear, how are you?
Oh, Charles, how nice.
Henry, old boy, by Jove, how fit you look.
Well, well, Charles.
Look whom I brought you. Roddy could hardly keep his paws off her, eh, Miss Brown? And I don't blame him either.
How do you do, Miss Brown?
How do you do?
Well, well, this is a pleasure.
Passed the new vicar on the drive over. How's he getting on?
Splendid, splendid. Sits a horse well.
Good. It reminds me, I've just got time for a ride before dinner.
Aren't you staying for tea?
No, thank you, Alice. I must be toddling along. Spoiling for a sharp canter out to London. Now, Miss Brown, don't stay away too long. I shall be waiting for you. I want to see a bit of her too, you know. And so does Roddy, eh? Cheerio.
Thank you for everything.
Oh, no. Pleasure, pleasure.
Won't you sit down, Miss Brown?
Shall I?
Certainly.
Please.
Have some tea.
This is very kind of you.
Milk or lemon, Miss Brown?
It really doesn't matter.
Then shall we say lemon?
Well, I usually take milk, but I'll try lemon.
Milk by all means. Sugar?
Oh, I don't think so.
Are you quite sure?
Well, if you don't mind, 4, please.
Try a crumpet.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know, I didn't think it'd be anything like this. You've both been so kind, and it's so lovely here. I've never seen such beautiful flowers in my life. It's just like a park.
Hear that, Alice? She works in it from morning till night. It's her empire.
Maybe someday you'll let me help you in the garden.
Of course, my dear. I'm so glad you like my flowers.
You're so much nicer than I thought. In fact, I didn't think you'd be nice at all. To think I was afraid you might starve me. Instead, here I am having tea with milk and 4 lumps and crumpets. May I have another?
Good heavens, have them all.
Oh, thanks. I'm not that hungry, but I appreciate the offer. You won't be sorry having me here. I'm going to do everything to please you, I promise you. Even some extra things. How's your plumbing?
Plumbing? There's nothing wrong with our plumbing, is there, Alice?
I almost wish one of your pipes leaked. I could fix it.
You mean to tell me young girls go in for plumbing nowadays?
It's great fun, and it does everybody so much good.
By George, when I was a young man, we never even discussed plumbing. As a matter of fact, we didn't have any.
Tell me, Miss Brown.
Everybody calls me Cluny.
Tell me, I suppose you've known Colonel Duff Graham a long time.
Oh, no, we just met on the train. But I feel as if I've known him ever so long. I'm going to have a puppy.
You're going to have what?
A puppy from the Colonel.
Jupiter.
He says it's the first time he's ever given one of Roddy's away. I hope you won't mind. I promise I won't let it interfere with my work.
Your work?
Yes, work. I'm Cluny Brown. Miss Postgate sent me. Didn't you expect me?